Good morning, everyone. Happy New Year. I can't even believe all the various messes that the EDD has going on here in California right now. So, I'm going to be doing my best to give you all the latest unemployment updates. Keep in mind, I'm in the dark on some of it as well. I don't work for the EDD, but I'm going to do my best. There are no questions from my channel members this morning, so I get to jump right into chat and answer your questions. And don't forget to like the video, even if you don't like the EDD right now. Good morning. Vanjie says, she's a new subscriber. Welcome. It still says max paid for me. Also, is it true the new bill requires ID verification for us all? In other words, frozen accounts for everyone is inevitable now. Great first questions. It is totally normal that it still says maximum benefits paid. Sorry, I don't have my notifications on my computer turned off, so hopefully they won't be continuing to do that. That's normal. That's going to probably stay like that until the EDD makes the changes on our claims. And I'm hoping that that's the 10th, but that's not a guaranteed date. My mind is just going, hey, we last certified on the 27th. We usually certify every 2 weeks, but the EDD hasn't actually said that everything will be up and running by the 10th. In terms of the ID verification, the new bill wants them to increase fraud prevention measures. It's not guaranteed that we're all going to have to go through ID verification. It just wouldn't surprise me if we did. So I just kind of want everybody to be prepared that that could happen and try and set some money aside to last maybe 4 to 8 weeks. I know that that's next to impossible right now. I'm not off living in la la land, but to whatever your ability is to try and save or open a new credit card just for emergencies or something. I don't want you guys to get in credit card debt, but I would plan on that. The other thing is I used to be a manager at my movie theater job, and to single some people out and not others, that normally does not fly. So how do you say I'm flagging this account and not that one? So that's another reason why I think that eventually everyone will have to go through it. But the bill actually only states that new PUA claims those will all need to do ID verification. We all know a bunch of accounts are flagged, and I know it says due to fraud, but I want to make it clear to you guys that it's not necessarily that they think that you committed fraud. They might just think that your account was exposed to fraud. A friend of mine on one of the message boards, she actually got on December 21st, don't go looking and don't go clicking, but she got a text message that appeared to be from the EDD, and it had a link. Most of the EDD messages are not going to give you a link. If you ever get something and you think you should follow it, don't follow that link. Close that text, go to the EDD website and see if you have messages on your UI Online account. So it may just be that your account was exposed to fraud and not that they think that you committed fraud. They should have made that more clear. And if they do think that these people are at high risk of committing fraud in a state like California, where everything has to be fair and equitable, I don't think it's going to be fair to single some people out and not others. Sherry says, hello. Nina says, I have a question. I'm not supposed to certify today, I'm supposed to certify today, but I cannot because EDD did not show anything for me. What should I do? So I sort of alluded to this in the last question. You probably certified last Sunday. So at minimum, that means we're going to be on a new certification schedule if the EDD has everything up and running by the 10th. And I'm hoping that they do. But now that they've created all sorts of other messes for themselves, I'm not sure if they will. Welcome again, everybody. Please like the video. I also want to say to everyone watching right now, if you are on a PUA claim and this morning you went to check your UI Online account and you have that button that says open a new claim, do not open a new claim. What I think happened with that is the old system, the old The last day we could certify for benefits on those programs was the 27th for the week ending the 26th. But the program actually didn't officially expire until 12/31. We know that the EDD is currently making updates to revise those claims. I think it just crossed. So I don't think the computer system knew that PUA didn't actually end on the 31st. And so I think that was sent out as an auto-generated message. And I think that the new updates just have not happened yet. So you can call if you want to. Because of all the craziness, I'm sure that the EDD lines are going to be overloaded right now. I'm not sure you're going to get to a rep. You guys can call to confirm that. That's just what I think. And half the time the reps don't know. So one might tell you one thing, another might tell you another thing. But my recommendation is to just sit tight and not to hit that button that says file a new claim. I cannot believe everything the EDD is doing on the new year. Happy New Year. Okay. Ismail says, I have received any notice from EDD about canceling my account temporarily. Didn't we do identity verification back in September with the LWA? That was not identity verification with the LWA, or at least I didn't have that. We had to do self-certification that the reason why we were currently unemployed was due to a COVID-19 related reason. ID verification is going to mean like you need a picture ID and maybe a utility bill. There's a whole list of acceptable documents. And again, it may not be that they think that you have committed fraud. It may be that your account was exposed to fraud by someone else. And I can't wait till we get clarification on that. Oscar says hi. Caesar says, good morning. What if I haven't received an email of overpayment or an email for the ID? Well, that's good. And I have not received any overpayment IDs information. I'm not expecting to. I'm not a PUA. I'm a regular UI claim. And I have not got the one that my account was suspended for potential fraud. So if you've got no emails, that's good. Andrew, good morning, Andrew. Max benefits are showing for me too. Max paid. I think we will see a delay to the 11th. Yeah. Isn't it the 10th that we can certify, that I'm hoping we can certify again? That's what I'm hoping they get it up and ready by, because that should be 2 weeks from the last time we certified. But it's going to, depend on whether they hit any hiccups when they're updating the systems, like hiccups with ID verification and hiccups with them putting that button to open a new claim when you shouldn't open a new claim. So we're going to have to see. Deborah says, good morning. I also received a message saying my account was suspended. This is ridiculous. I agree. The timing on this could not have been more terrible. Sherry. Sherry knows Vanjie. Mine still says max benefits paid too. I just maxed my first extension. I will believe they will be updating the system this week. I didn't have ID verification. So that's good news, Sherry. Good morning, Drea. Do I need to file a new claim? No. Yeah, don't file a new claim. Bernardo says hello from San Diego. Hello. Oh, and Andrew wanted me to give a shout out. Damn it, Fresno. Shout out to Fresno. Okay. I'm doing well. Okay, but I'm not happy with all the shenanigans. And I don't work for the EDD, but I feel bad for all of you guys that they have sent out so much confusing, conflicting information. And it's not fair to us. I'm actually in limbo too. I just don't have any weird messages. My PEUC claim hit 0 last week, and I actually don't know if they're going to put me on 11 more weeks of PEUC or if they're going to go ahead and transition me to Fed Ed. There are some things that they're still not really clear about, even with the guidance from the Department of Labor. And that's because it might be up to the states to determine how they want to roll some of those things out. And as soon as I know, of course, I'll make a video. Okay. JJ says, I went to certify today, but it only had the one certification ending on the 26th. So again, I'm not expecting us at the earliest to be able to certify until January 10th. And that would be the earliest. I do think they're changing all of our certification cycles. Everything will be retro though. Once they tell us when we can certify again, and it might not be the 10th, but once they tell us when we can certify, we'll be able to certify all the way back to the week that started December 27th. And that's the first week eligible for the $300. So we'll get the $300 boost when we certify for the week that starts December 27th. Mel says, I'm on PEUC and I still, darn it, me and my computer, guys. I'm going to fix this. What just happened? No, sorry. Mel says, I'm on PEUC and I still have a balance of $225, but it says I've received the maximum benefits paid. That's because as far as the computers knew, the whole program ended on the 26th. So anybody that was on PUA or PEUC, so it kind of doesn't matter if you guys are like, I don't know which one I am. Kind of doesn't matter because they froze everybody on PUA and PEUC, myself included, because I was on PEUC. It's totally normal to see that maximum benefits paid message. And that was because as far as they knew, the whole program was going to end that week. So that's why. Once they revise your claim, you'll also have access to that $225 and 11 more weeks. Carrie, good morning. In so in California, we don't have to open a new claim on PUA. Even if it don't open a new claim, do not open a new claim. Just sit tight. I know it's hard, but don't hit that button is my advice. But call them to confirm. I hate to say that, but I don't work for the EDD and I don't want to steer you guys wrong. Pauline says, good morning. Good morning. Do I have to report my stimulus check to the EDD? No, you don't. No. Free money. Evermore says, hi. Ann's boy says, hello. I just rechecked. My EDD now has the message. PUA has expired 12/30. Don't file a new claim. Don't do it. Daisy said my last payment was on December 13th. So Daisy that's interesting. Is your benefit year over? That's the other piece that the EDD hasn't been clear about, that in the new stimulus bill, we know we're getting something, but we have not received instructions from the EDD yet as to if they want you to open a new claim or if they're just going to keep your benefit year expired, so to speak, and go ahead and add additional weeks on. It's kind of up to them, which is easiest for them that they want us to do, and they have not given us clear instructions on that yet. Andrew, yes, we're just waiting for our next certification dates. Hector, I was approved for FedEd before PUA was extended and verified my identity. Will they put us back on PUA or continue with FedEd? You are going to need to, if you're on FedEd, you need to do all of your FedEd first, and then they would potentially put you on back on PEUC. Thank you, Mary Osman. You guys don't have to donate, but certainly if you do, it does help me to see any potential questions that you may have had. I really appreciate the donations, but totally not necessary. I understand we're all on unemployment, and right now, half of us don't have access to that money. Nikki says, I'm on PEUC. I certified last Sunday, still pending. Do I need to reapply? Do not reapply. I already sent them my ID verification. So you guys are all waiting for that update. I'm waiting for that update that they're going to send on January 6th. And see, for people that have already verified their ID, that's also why I'm thinking it's not fraud that they're indicating that they suspect you of, but they suspect maybe your account has been exposed to fraudulent activity. That's what I think. So maybe they're just going to want to have you do it again just to make sure that like someone hasn't stolen your account since you verified your ID. So I'm not sure in that case what, if any, additional steps that you're going to need to take. Jackie, I'm in California on a regular unemployment claim and received the extra $300 boost. So hopefully everybody gets their money soon. Thank goodness for some good news, Jackie. That makes me very happy to hear. Nipsey Hussle, RIP. Do we get to file a new claim? It says expired, file new claim. If you're PUA, no. Don't hit that button. Ismail says, what kind of ID verification will they ask to show for ID? You guys, I want to keep getting through your questions. So I promise after this video, I will make myself a little note. Where's my pen? I'll link that in the comments of this video after we're done. And it is linked in the one of the last videos that I made. If I can't even keep track, how can I expect you guys to? Where's a blank piece of paper? Okay, link acceptable ID docs. So I will do that for you guys in the comments of this video after we're done with the live. Okay. Salas. Hi, Salas. Caesar, not just in California, that's everywhere. You just wait. You don't have to open a new claim. Exactly. Yes, that is. Everybody's kind of going through the same thing. I know we're all really, most of us live in California and we're super frustrated with them. There is no state that is doing this well. I promise you that. If you live in one of those, let us know because maybe we want to move. Mary. Thank you, Mary. You're awesome. Dream on. How far can you backdate a claim if you create an account with the extra 300? Okay, so the 300 doesn't start until the week of December 27th. If you're just now filing a claim, the furthest you can backdate is to December 1st. If you had a claim that was open prior to December 27th, you can backdate to when you first became unemployed, or when the PUA program started, which was February 2nd. But if it's a brand new claim, or do you mean like once they pay us? Like once they get everything set, we'll be able to still get paid for the week that starts December 27th. End of days, they're randomly choosing who they flag. Yeah, and I think that's going to get them in trouble, especially in a state like California, unless, and this is a theory, unless they think that your account was somehow exposed to fraudulent activity. And then maybe they would have a way of knowing of who was exposed and who wasn't. But then if that was the case, why wouldn't they just come out and say that? But yeah, that's why I think that eventually down the line, just to be fair and not single out some people and not others, that we might all be asked to verify our ID. Claude Vernoy says, I certified today and got paid the 300. No problem. That's great. Michael says, mine says my claim was expired. I talked to EDD and the lady on the phone made it possible for me to certify manually. I certified and went back to showing claim expired, file a new claim. Hold off on that. I don't recommend filing a new PUA claim right now. Mine ended the 26th because I was in Fed Ed extension. I thought I would certify today for the 2 weeks. Had I known I would have certified a week ago. Will it, if you're already on, I'm so confused. Usually if you're on Fed Ed, that program didn't stop. That one continued. That's why those are some of the first people that got that extra $300 boost. Is it not letting you go back and certify for last week? It should. Mashid says, do people get the extra $300 boost who applied for EDD initially with a 1099? Every type of claim is eligible for that $300. Oh, welcome. There's 500 of you. I'm going to ask you guys to like the video, and I'm going to apologize in advance. I know I'm not going to get to everybody's questions. I will do my best. I tend to lag behind. If I skip somebody's question, please don't say, Shelly, you skipped my question. Just re-ask your question again, and then feel free to ask the question and be like, P.S., you skipped me. I promise it's not intentional, but I lose my place sometimes. Okay. Daisy says, I finished my first extension. What is that? PUA or PEUC? The first extension is PEUC. And now they should be adding more weeks to that or switching you to Fed Ed, depending on where their computers were and getting that done. David says, good morning. Good morning. And I certified early this morning. Yes, that is great. I'm glad to hear that those of you that could certify today were paid that $300. And that $300 is just going to be for 1 week. It's not for 2 weeks yet, because the first eligible date was the week starting 12/27 and ending 1/2. Sorry, I'm going to have some water. Snuggy's asking for someone applies for PUA. Is it still retroactive back to March? No. Tell Snuggy, for new PUA claims, the furthest you can backdate now is December 1st. MB says, once your 26 weeks of regular UI is collected, the 13-week PEUC is exhausted, and your 20 weeks of Fed Ed runs out. Once you receive 59 weeks total, should a new claim be filed? So MB, I really wish I had a concrete answer for you. In the language of the bill, it's going to kind of be up to the states to determine if they want you to go through the rigmarole of trying to open a new claim, or if they're just going to add those 11 additional weeks of PEUC to your claim. And unfortunately, here in California, they haven't said what they're going to do. And there is wiggle room in both the stimulus bill and the guidance from the dole as to how, leaving it up to the state to decide what they want you to do. So I'd call the EDD. My gut instinct is to tell you to just sit tight and wait, but I don't want to tell you that and then you don't file a new claim and something happens as a bad result for that. So please call them to verify what they want you to do in that. And the latest news release did say that the EDD is working on implementing other aspects of the bill, and that's one of those other aspects where they just have not given clear instructions on what they want you to do. Vanjie says, if I get ID Verify frozen issue, I will drive for Uber and make sure I don't make more money than my weekly benefit so I can at least get $300 a week. Vanjie, I'm sure there's a lot of people that are going to also do that. Danny says, my certification is on pending. Still says I have to verify ID on the 6th. What's going on? So accounts were suspended due to fraud. So you'll find out on the 6th. Hog Dabs, thank you for the $1.99 and the thumbs up. Morning, Scott Davidson. And I have a question from Queens V Diary. What happens if I already filed a new claim? What do? I just got here. Okay. So did you file that because I'm going to, let's go through both scenarios. If you were on PUA and you hit that because the button was there, I think that there was like an error message screen. So you're really just going to have to sit tight if you hit that button because you saw it this morning. Hopefully that just kind of bounces back and didn't start you on a new claim. If you're on PUA, I don't think it actually, even if you accidentally already hit that, I do think that they're going to be able to sort that out and that is not going to too badly affect anything, but it's the EDD, so you never know. If you filed a new claim because you're in like the situation that the gentleman just ahead of you was, where you were on a regular unemployment claim, then you used all 13 weeks of a PEUC, then you used all 20 weeks of Fed Ed, that's also going to be fine. And may even be what they recommended. So they will sort that out. Don't worry too much. You know, this is something that I struggle with. I am a worrier. Not only do I worry for myself, I worry for you guys, but worrying doesn't help anything. So if you already filed the new claim, just sit tight, and they'll eventually get it all sorted out. Oh, quit donating $4.99. I will get to you. Thank you. Thank you so much, but you don't need to donate. I will eventually get to your question. If you donate, though, it does pop it up top. You put that it was other instead of saying it was for pandemic. Call them and see if you can update that. And actually, Queen V, I'm going to get to you. If it's PUA, it's not even going to successfully let you file that new claim. So don't worry about that. You want to make sure to say that it's still pandemic related, which I feel like for everybody it is. Even if that wasn't originally why you're unemployed, it's certainly why we can't find jobs right now, why it's not safe to find jobs right now. So do say, that it's pandemic related, why you're currently out of work is my recommendation. That's what I feel. Be truthful. But if you already filed that new claim and it was PUA, it's not going to go through anyway, because they're just going to revise your old claim. So unfortunately, you're just going to have to sit tight. I'm so sorry. Jeremy, still claim closed on your end. Yes, that's true for most of us. XEXS says, does the Fed Ed expire after March 14th? The Fed Ed, so the maximum any one person can collect of Fed Ed is 20 weeks. However, if the state of California, or EB if you're not in California, if your state is still experiencing high levels of unemployment, the program continues. So if you haven't used all 20 weeks by March 14th and California is still experiencing periods of high unemployment, that program will continue. Robinique says, I still didn't receive my stimulus check. Will I receive it next week? You should. Now seems to be a good time to bring up, if you changed your bank account since you last got your stimulus check, they're going to send you a manual check If for some reason you don't get a manual check, they're trying to get all that out by the 15th. So I think that would actually be 2 weeks from now. They're trying to get all that sorted out before regular tax time. But if you don't receive a check, you'll be able to claim it as a credit when you file your 2020 taxes. Nina, you're welcome. Sean, you're supposed to be traveling. What are you doing? So if it shows nothing in certify and they change stuff, will they have to retro? Yes, they will, to the 27th. Nikki, I'm not sure what you're asking about PEUC. Hopefully I answered it. Danny and Greg in California on regular UI since 3/15. That's when I started my claim. Still working minimal hours and have a claim balance. Never received notice of changing to a different program. In November and December, I got letters saying I filed a new claim. I don't know about that. Call them. That's weird. I'm not familiar with that. But yeah, you're not on an extension because you haven't used up your initial claim balance. So that's why you're not on an extension, but those letters about filing a new claim, I don't know. Michael says showing expired. Oh, don't file a new claim. Don't do it, Michael. Nobody file a new claim. If you already filed a new claim, though, don't worry. It may take a little time to. I don't think it successfully went through, but if you already filed a new PUA claim, they'll sort it out. Okay, Jerome, I guess I'll just wait until the 6th. Yes. Woke up to a new 9K in your claim balance. Woo, Scott Davidson. Scott, I don't remember what kind of claim you're on, but that's awesome. Benjamin. So when will UI update the system? They are working on it and they haven't given us a concrete date. It's kind of, and this is true for all the states, it's a don't call us, we'll call you kind of situation. Once it's done, they're supposed to update us. Abraham, when will my stimulus come through? Okay, so stimulus checks aren't going to come through your EDD account. If you're talking about the $300 boost, that's actually payable the week that ended yesterday, 1/2. So whenever we certify for that week, that's when we'll get paid that extra $300. Hi, Sally. I am Mr. Perez. I never got my first stimulus. Will I get the second one? I did not file because I made under 1,200 or 12K. I don't know. I don't know that for sure. Are you going to be filing this year? If you've been on unemployment, you probably got more than 12K. You'll probably be filing. So even if they don't send you a check, you'll get to claim it as a credit on this year's taxes. You're welcome, Mary. Shelly doesn't always know, and that's just my recommendation. You're welcome to call the EDD and confirm, but my recommendation is do not open a new claim. Sit tight. Aaron, and I'll make a video like ASAP, no matter what I'm wearing, no matter how tore up I look, I will make a video if for some reason my opinion on filing a new claim changes. Aaron says, my FedEd ended on 11/5, and I was wondering, am I eligible for the new 11-week extension claim started October 2019? Should I reapply? Dang it, I lost my place. So you're also kind of in that limbo situation, and I don't want to tell you the wrong thing, so I'm going to tell you to call the EDD on that because they have not given clear guidance as to what someone should do if they have an expired claim. I'm sorry, I'm really behind on these questions and I lost my place. So while I find it again, I'm going to ask everybody to like the video. While I'm scrolling, I'm going to go ahead and answer Mario's question or Manuel's question because he's a channel member and I see it while I'm finding my place. My inbox message that PUA has ended. It's lying. It thinks it ended, but it didn't actually end. They're just updating the system right now. And it's going to take a little while to get that done. You guys, there are a lot of questions, so I apologize in advance. I am not going to be able to get to all of them. The EDD is open right now. I see that question from Martina. Dang it. Everybody, okay, it's only letting me go. Okay, so I'm really sorry if I skipped anybody's question, but I have a feeling a lot of you have the same questions. It's only letting me scroll back to Benjamin Stafford's question, which is, so is everyone getting the message who is on PUA? Not everyone. It's only people that, which message are we talking about? We've got the maximum benefits paid message. Everyone should be getting that message. Only some people are getting the message about suspended accounts. And it's the people that are getting those are people that are at high risk of fraud, but they don't really clarify if they think your account is high risk for being exposed to fraud committed by someone else, or if they're actually saying that they think you're someone at high risk of committing fraud. They better not be saying that. Alvarez says, I haven't gotten my extra 300. So you won't get that until you certify for the week ending 1/2. And some states, California is actually ready to start giving it. Some states aren't ready to be adding it in yet. And you guys can go to that website, Unemployment PUA, to see when your state is starting to pay out. Nipsey Hussle says, I already uploaded my documents. They said 4 to 6 weeks. Yeah, I don't want to. ID verification, they're supposed to be working on that again, but it was taking 4 to 6 weeks. Hopefully, since they're asking so many people to do it, hopefully they have a system in place to get it done faster. We answered Martinez. Abolisher says it says pending, you need to wait. Yes. Joseph Mitchell says, after I've gotten my confirmation number for my identification process, how long do I wait for my benefits? Joseph, that's the thing. I don't want to scare you, but it was taking 4 to 6 weeks, but they've just hired more people, I understand. So the process is again supposed to get faster. So I really pray that it's not that long. Welcome, Carol, for being a member. Martina says it says closed. It's not supposed to be closed today, but their phones might just be like super overloaded. J-Boss says, I certified on the 19th of December. They suspended my account. Now I have to pay over $600 for late charges on 3 mini storage units and 2 cell phones plus rent late charge. In regards to late charges, you guys, I really recommend calling your creditors and explaining to them what's going on and say, hey, this has not really happened to me before. I don't have a history of this. Can you waive the late charges? Sometimes they will if you ask. There may be other programs that they have available because of the pandemic. So if they won't waive the late charges just because you have a good standing account with them, ask if they have any programs to waive any fees or lower your payments or lower your interest rate specifically due to the pandemic. Andy, yes, Fresno. Thank you. You're welcome. Michael says showing expired as of December 1st. File a new claim. Don't file a new claim. And that's normal. It's normal, but don't file a new claim. So it's nothing to worry about. It's going to be taken care of automatically. Don't file a new claim. George says, Happy New Year. So I certified the 27th. I think I was lucky to upload my ID. Verification the button was active when I certified. So cool. My question is, can't they just send me the minimum we had, PUA? Apparently not, but hopefully it clears up soon. It's just gonna we just have to wait. I hate saying that. I do. Val's answering Stuart's question, which I apparently missed. Thank you, Val. Diana says, you will receive the $300 boost. They are updating the system. Do not file a new claim. Thank you guys for helping each other out in the comments. Joseph says, I got an email about a 1099. Oh, sure. Let's talk about that. So when we work for employers at tax time, they send us a W-2. Or if you're self-employed, you get 1099s from Uber or Instacart or wherever you're self-employed with. The 1099-G is what the unemployment, the EDD offices send us to file our taxes with, because we do need to report that income as income. Miss Love says, I keep checking on EDD and it says nothing to update and can't open a new claim until my claim expires 6/21. It's just going to take a little while. They just haven't done it yet, but they are in the process of updating the system. And thank you to all 600 of you watching. Please like the video. Anthony says, I got the extension, but it keeps saying that the payment is pending. I clarified on the 26th. So some people are getting the message that they will receive further instructions on January 6th due to the suspended account. Other people that were pending actually switched to paid yesterday. So hopefully more people that don't have the message about the suspended account will see it switch to paid soon. Suave says, when does this extra 300 come in? When you certify for the week ending 1/2. So people that just certified today, they got their first $300 payment. The rest of us are going to have to wait till we certify again. Chapman 288 says, will I get my same PEUA amount or what I was getting on PEUC once I'm put back on PEUC? So that is another great question. They actually have until January 23rd, 1, 2, 3, to switch you back to PEUC. However, there's wiggle room to delay that too if they can provide explanation about why they can't get it done until 123. They might have an extension on putting you back on PEUC, but they are supposed to put you back on PEUC. And once you do that, you will be getting the PEUC amount. And welcome, Mary. Thank you, Mary, as a new member. Yeah, so Panic Rogue, oops. So it's safe to say not to file a new claim, even though it says it. Yes, paparazzi Nino. That is my advice right now, but I do want to just say that I don't work for the EDD. So maybe call them to double confirm, but that is my advice. I think the systems just overlap. The system has not been updated yet. The system still thought the programs were expiring. 12/31 was the official expiration date, with the last certifiable date of 12/27 for the week ending 12/26. So I think it just overlapped. So that's why I'm recommending that. But I don't know that for 100% sure. I do believe, though, that there have been a few people that have tried clicking that button, which I don't recommend, and it hasn't actually let them open a new claim. So my advice is to just sit tight for a little bit. And Panic Rogue, I'm in California, so usually what I'm saying is specific to California, although a lot of other states experience similar frustrations. Miguel, waiting game for PUA. Yes. Yes, Nino, Miss Love. Oh, good. Thank you, Diana, for helping Miss Love. Philip Yu says, so just wait till the 6th for more info on how we can get our suspended account back to normal. Correct. That is correct. Denise, the runner, says still no option for me to certify, maybe on the 10th. Yes, maybe. That's what I'm hoping. That's kind of what I'm thinking is 2 weeks from when we last certified would be the 10th, but the EDD has not given us that date as a for sure date. They've just said that they will contact us either through our UI Online account messages, through a text, or by phone when we can certify again. The Superman says, if I was on an extension already and my year ended, but I still have money on my extension, should I reapply or wait? That's one of those in-between situations where the EDD has not been clear yet. So I'm waiting for more information from them before I can give a clear answer on that, because it's going to kind of be up to states whether they add more weeks for you or whether they want you to open a new claim, and California has not specified yet. JBoss, they're suspending just about all the California accounts. It's certainly a lot of them. Ramon says, abolisher. Okay, yeah, I figured that much. Do you know how long it will take for them to verify my identity? I uploaded my documents last week. I don't want to worry everybody, but there was a time when it was even at the beginning of this where it took 10 to 12 weeks. With the new ID.me system, they got it down to about 4 to 8 weeks on the long end. And now they've supposedly added more staff to get through the process sooner. So I'm hoping it doesn't take long, but I don't think we know currently how long it's going to take. It can take a little while. I don't want to worry you guys, but at the same time, I want you guys to be prepared for the potential that it could take a little while. Draco says, I didn't receive no money on the week ending 12/26. Will I get the money on 1/6? If you have on 1/6, did you certify on the 26th? Does it say pending? Draco, I need a few more details there. If it still says you won't get paid until it switches to paid if you're still pending. Fan says, good day. Yes, good day to everyone. Most of us are not having a good day because the ED's messing around, but let's still try and have a good day. Nina says, I'm in California, last certified on the 27th. Today I can't certify. So you just have to wait for the EDD to update the system. Sunil says, I certified on December 27th and now my benefits are paid in full. Do I have to wait? Yes. Philip Yu, I'm in California, suspended as well. And again, we're waiting for more instructions from the EDD on the 6th. Jeremy, or it might be Jerome. Ideas what that means to verify UID and what do you think they'll do? I think they are going to ask for ID verification documents, but hopefully they are going to move through the process faster since they've hired more staff. Okay, Christian says, how do I get another notice 1444 for the stimulus check? I lost mine. I'm not I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with the 1444 notice. I'm sorry. Nipsey, we still got to wait 4 to 6 weeks after you uploaded for ID. Everybody going to get hit once they certify next time. It's not guaranteed that it's going to be everybody. And I am hoping that the process does not take a full 4 to 6 weeks now that they've hired more people. Christian says, I have 1 week remaining on the FedEd extension. How does this new bill affect me? I've already used my regular UI, PEUC, and now FedEd. Can someone give me some good news? Yes, they will. They haven't said exactly what they're going to do, but you should be entitled to at least 11 more weeks of PEUC. What they haven't specified is if they will try and make you open a new claim first, or if they're just going to add those 11 additional weeks of PEUC on. The bill and the guidance from the dole leave some wiggle room for states to choose how they're going to do that, and they haven't said which method they're going to do yet. Broderick says, well, I get both regular unemployment and PUA. No, it's either or, but every type gets the extra $300. So no matter which claim you're on, it all comes with the extra $300. Anti-file protest. I certify my EDD last week where I get the extra $300. And this week. No, so it wasn't available for the week ending 12/26 that we certified on 12/27. The first week that the extra $300 is available for is the week that started 12/27 and ends 1/2 here in California. Panic says everyone is lucky. I was switched to PEUC in 12 weeks with no money. That's crazy. Denise says, Nina, same with me. I bet we certify on the 10th. I'm hoping that's when, but the EDD hasn't confirmed that as a actual date. The Invisible says, my account is suspended for verification, looking at 4 weeks of going hungry. See if you can apply for food stamps. There's no shame in going to a food bank. My mom goes to a food bank. They even gave her a Christmas ham, a Thanksgiving turkey. Find a local church. You don't have to have the same faith as that church. You can be Jewish and go to a Catholic church. You can be Muslim and go to a Christian church. It does not matter. You don't have to be a member of that faith to get the benefits of the food bank. Please don't go hungry. Use those food banks. Alvaro says, I haven't got my extra $300. Did you certify today? It looks like here in California, they're only giving it out when you certify. So if you haven't certified for the week ending 1/2 yet, there wouldn't be a $300 to get. Karen says, so we'll certify in normal 2-week period, January 9th, or will I have to wait for the new extension to kick in? We don't quite know yet. I'm hoping that we'll be able to certify for the week ending the 9th on the 10th, but the EDD has not confirmed that yet. Manny says, I still haven't got my stimulus. So they're aiming to get that all out by January 15th. And if not, you'll be able to claim it on your tax return for 2020. Captain says, I'm on the 20-week extension in New York. It won't let me certify. I don't know. I barely know what's going on in California. I'm not sure what's going on in New York. Lots of states are having this problem, though. Here in California, they're saying that accounts were suspended due to high risk for fraud, and it's not letting people. Well, actually, I think they can certify, but then it's staying pending. So I'm not sure what's going on in New York. Stuart says, yes, 1099-G is what the EDD equivalent of a W-2 that we're going to use to file our taxes. Bree says, not able to certify today for the week not in NA. Does that mean on the 10th we certify for 3 weeks? No. So on 12/27, we certified for the week ending 12/26. So if we're able to certify on the 10th, and we don't know if we will be, but that would be for the week ending 1/2 and the week ending 1/9. So there wouldn't be missed weeks. That would still just be for 2 weeks. But we don't know for sure if everything's going to be updated by then. I'm hoping it will. Diana says, Miss Love, you're welcome. They will update the system. Do not file a new claim. Thank you, Diana, for helping Miss Love. Danny says, should I file a new claim? Not if it's PUA and if it's or PEUC. If you have the maximum benefits paid, message, don't do it. And for the other programs, if you've been through all 20 weeks of the FedEd and your benefit year is expired, they have not given instructions yet on what they want you to do. And my advice is to call them on that and see what they recommend. Maybe they actually do know what they're going to advise people. Christian, how do I get, I don't know, on the 1444. Oh, darn it, I'm messing up your name. When can I expect my $300 boost? When we're allowed to certify for the week ending 1/2. Martina says, is the EDD open Sunday? Supposed to be. Alvera, I haven't got my extra 300. So you'll only be able to get it for the week when you certify for 1/2. I don't think it's coming separately, at least not here in California. Kimani says, my claim says expired. I still have balance and I could certify today. Do I start a new claim? No. If you're still able to certify, you might be on a regular unemployment claim or the Fed Ed extension. And if it's letting you certify, let's just hope it keeps letting you certify. Paparazzi showing expired 12/31. File a new claim. Don't do it. Robinique, if you owe taxes, will they garnish the stimulus check? I don't believe they're garnishing the stimulus check for back taxes. But if you mean like, did you not get the stimulus check yet and you end up owing this year, I am not sure how that's going to work. I'm not sure. Kay says, like, I would think they would take it off the amount you owe, because let's say you owe $1,200. That's what I think I'm going to owe. And let's say I did get my stimulus check, but let's say I didn't. Like, I would think that they would just lower your tax bill to $600 instead of making you pay the $1,200. That's how I think that's going to work, but I'm not a tax professional either. Evelyn says, we appreciate you. Thank you guys so much. I try to get to all of you guys. I know I won't be able to. I really appreciate all of you guys, and I'm so sorry for everybody that's going through these delays and frustrations. I do like it if you like the video, though. Kay says, I spoke to a gentleman yesterday and I asked you just to check my account and see where everything that looks, I'm going to sneeze. Hold on. Oh, things are falling. Okay. And of course, as soon as you say you're going to sneeze, then you don't. Okay. Sorry. I spoke to a gentleman yesterday and I asked you just to check my account and see where everything that looks strange. And he said, my account looks great. That's good news. Leanly says, I updated 1099 for electronic on the 12/27. When can I see the 1099? They haven't said yet. They have until January 31st to get us that 1099G, so I'm not sure how soon we'll be able to see it. Gaming says, I'm in Connecticut and my PEUC was updated with the 11 extra weeks a few days ago. I have 5 weeks left now, 16 weeks altogether. So that is also good news. Good morning, Diane. Greg, I'm on PUA in Pennsylvania, and as of today, I cannot certify. Shows as an inactive claim. I have a member that's in Pennsylvania, so I happen to know for Pennsylvania that they are supposed to automatically do everything for you in that situation. So you just have to sit tight and wait for them to do those updates as well. That's my advice. I do always recommend double checking. Miguel, especially because I don't live in Pennsylvania, so I'm not as familiar with what is going on there. But I did read an article that I linked on one of my lives that said they were going to take care of that all automatically. Miguel, currently on PUA, was on PEUC. So they will switch you back. They officially have till 1/23 to switch you back. But if they can provide a reason why they couldn't get it done by 1/23, they might have more time to switch you back. Carrie, yes, Carrie's helping people learn what the 1099G is. As I lay, do I qualify for PUA if I quit my job because I got COVID and have an underlying issue and still haven't recovered? So that would usually be disability. And if you quit, the EDD, your employer could potentially deny that claim, and then the EDD will talk to and determine if you qualify. So you can try applying, but it may be a lengthy process. And even though the work search requirements are still waived, you're still supposed to be able to accept work. And if you're sick, technically you wouldn't be able to accept work. And that's why it should go to disability. Alice says, hello, I have PUA overpayment. When can I pay it back? I would maybe sit tight on that or maybe appeal it, because they are talking about overpayment waivers. If you would just rather pay it back, I think you can pay by credit card right on the website. I'll look more into that, because I know that they sent out like tweets about overpayments this past week. John Geo, I emailed identity verification forms on December 28th to the EDD and it's still verifying. How long is the wait? Hopefully not this long, but the most recent batch, we're waiting about 4 to 6 weeks for ID verification. They did just hire more people to help with that, so hopefully it is not going to take that long this time. Okay, while I drink water, you guys like the video. Oscar, my benefit has been paid. Do I need to file a new claim? No. How do I recertify? Is that if you need to change something? You might need to call them. If you're just waiting for a new claim, you just have to wait for a new claim. Nia, I have EDD, but I also just gave birth. Can I still apply for my maternity benefit? Again, I'm not exactly familiar with how that works. I think that you want to go off EDD and get on FMLA for baby bonding time. And then once you're done with the baby bonding time, you can potentially go back to unemployment. I think that's how that works. Since I'm not that familiar with that, I do recommend calling and double checking. Okay, Christian. Okay. We answered Christians, and unfortunately, I don't know. Frankie, it's so hard to get through to the EDD. Is there another number? There's not. All of the numbers now feed into that same phone tree. So it is really hard to get through, especially because everybody's having all these questions because the EDD has so many issues going on right now. Ishi says, thank you. You're welcome. No, you guys are not alone. A lot of people are experiencing all these frustrations. Miguel, currently on PUA, was on PEUC, so wait for updates. Yes. Juan, just applied for regular unemployment. 2 weeks was approved. I certified, and after it says disqualification, not sure why. So that can sometimes be if the EDD claims that they didn't get your ID verification if they asked for it on time. And then sometimes you have to appeal. Hopefully that is not what's happening, but call them and ask why it was disqualified. Jerome, any thoughts on what that might mean what do you think they'll do? I think they'll have everybody update their ID, but hopefully it won't take that long. Stuart, should I disregard this form? If it's the form asking you to open a new claim, I would ignore that. Otherwise, I'm not sure, Stuart, what we're talking about, because I think I did skip some questions unintentionally. Robinique, if you owe taxes, will they garnish the stimulus check? Possibly, because it wouldn't necessarily make sense to have to pay taxes. Like, I'm not sure how that's going to work, but I did give the scenario up above. I'm skipping Christians because I don't know the answer. ASMR by me. I filed for unemployment almost a year ago. It's a year next month. So you'll be on extensions till at least next month. And then we're still waiting on whether they're going to just add more weeks of PEUC or if they will move forward with having you open a new claim. How do you backdate retro pay? You have to go to Ask EDD and request a backdate. Efren says, my last claim was on December 27th, and right now it says all my benefits have ended. It says that for everybody. Just sit tight. They're in the process of updating. I really did sneeze that time. Okay. Easy Grows, I certify Monday in Michigan. You think I'll get the 300? They might. I recommend going to that site, unemploymentpua.com. That kind of gives the timeline of when the different states think that first payment will go out. Freddie G, nobody can touch the stimulus check. They're encrypted. But I think she means if she doesn't get it and then it's a credit on, like when she does her taxes and she ends up owing, will they take it? And that's the one I'm not sure. If you're just getting, like, if you owed taxes from the year 2019, if you owe taxes, they're still going to send you the stimulus check, or they're supposed to. I just don't know how it works if it's a credit on this year's taxes when you file. Easy Grows, I'm regular UI. I just got on unemployment November 23rd. Okay, so you've still got some programs to go through. They'll unlock it. Yes, they're supposed to unlock stuff. Mary, so don't reapply if states your claim expires and payments are no longer payable on this claim for weeks ending after 12/31. I'm on PUA and still at 501. Yes, do not open a new claim, Mary. Do we wait on the 6th? So hopefully on the 6th, there's more instructions about what they're going to need in terms of the ID verification, and then hopefully they get it all done quickly. Christian M says, I got a letter that my claim was suspended until wait until the 6th, but I still collect today. That is very odd. I'm glad that you were able to collect today. Malika says, will I get $300 boost even though my regular pay is only $94? Yes, there's no restrictions on this $300. You will get that. All claims, all claim amounts. Dorothea says, hello. Thank you. I know EDD is frustrating. Okay. Denise, Nina, you're welcome. Thank you guys for helping each other. Queen V, looks like you messed up. But they'll fix it. They will. I'm skipping some of these that are duplicates. Gulgapa says, so I'm in Florida. Any idea about Florida? Do I have to file a new PUA claim? For Florida, I don't know. I will say that I started to research a list of like every state that was doing it automatically and states that weren't. And everything that I found for all the different states that I saw said basically like, don't call us, we'll call you and let you know what the next steps will be. So Florida, I didn't get a concrete answer, but it did say that they'll reach out to you, letting you know what to do. So don't file a new claim yet. Wait for them to reach out for you. That's my recommendation, as well as call and see what they recommend. MB, she's in the shower, but I will text her exactly that. John Francis, when will I see the maximum paid change? So they're in the process of updating that. I'm hoping that that goes away by the 10th and that that's when we're able to certify, but they have not given that as a concrete date. So as soon as the EDD makes the updates, that's when we will be able to certify and see a different message up there. Brittany, but it is totally normal to still see that now. So it's just going to take a little while for that to disappear. Brittany, my claim first said was suspended. Now it says I need to file a new claim. Don't file a new claim. Just sit tight for a little bit. Neha, I have EDD, but I also we just answered yours, Neha. Francis, why do all need to file new claims and run out of benefits? I need to reapply. Sit tight for a little bit. Don't reapply. And that's because as far as the computer programs knew, the program was expiring the week ending 12/26, officially ending 12/31. And it's just, I think, just across in the systems while they get everything updated. Danny, the status of my claim says inactive, but it's not giving me any actions to do anything. So I think just sit tight on that. What about Michigan? I file my weeks tomorrow. So I'm not sure if you'll get that $300 boost. Go to that website, Unemployment PUA, and that gives the estimate date that they'll start paying out on that. You're not going to miss any weeks of $300. It just might not be ready yet. Tim says, any word on Philadelphia? Okay, so I haven't filed a new claim because you told me not to, but it says I'm out of money and my something expired on the 26th. Do I just keep checking and trying to file? So I don't want you to sit there and wait. If they do need you to do something, please call them and get confirmation. But I did read an article. I'll make a note to link to that as well, about PUA claims and PEUC claims in Pennsylvania automatically being extended. That was one state where I was able to find out that they said that they would automatically do that, but please call and double check. Okay. What is the number? The number to EDD, it's just 833-978-2511. And Tim McMahon, I appreciate all of you guys. So thank you for joining me. I hope I'm helping put your mind at ease a little bit. And if I could please ask you all to like the video. Okay, so I'm skipping some of the duplicate questions. Orca J says, my PEUC hits zero balance on the 5th of December, and I got my last payment on the 15th, and they just rejected my Fed Ed last week on the 21st. So what should I do now? Please help. So they should be automatically adding 11 weeks of PEUC to your claim. Nipsey, my claim had 4,600 left, and it doesn't matter. It says that because the claim expired on December 31st. Exactly. And once, I hope I don't confuse anybody, but your claims could actually last more than those 11 additional weeks. You can actually continue getting benefits through the week ending April 10th if you're somebody that had a claim balance that would carry you through April 10th. The MAC, this whole thing is a mess. That is correct. And well, we got yours. Janine says that she says I have a claim till 3/14, but has a balance of 0. Mine's the same way. So they're in the process of updating everything and getting us onto the next extensions. Oops. Wyatt, thank you for your information on suspended accounts. I'll just sit tight and see what happens. Yeah, that's all we can do till they send those letters. Hi, really tired. The only email I have from the EDD is about them sending me a 1099-G. So that's actually good if you don't have the suspended account email. Malika, yes, we answered yours. Yes, you will get the extra 300. ASMR, I have a question. I filed my unemployment also a year ago. So yeah, they're waiting to roll you on to the next extension. Captain Affiliate, you're on the 20 week extension. It won't let you certify. I don't know why that is. Okay. You put other instead of PUA. So Queen V, we got to that. If it was on a PUA claim, I don't think it's even gonna have let that go through. Motivation Mom, do I qualify for a boost under PEUC? Yes, you do. Broderick, can I get regular unemployment and federal unemployment? So all claims get that extra $300, but Fed Ed or EB is the federal program. So you can't get like unemployment and PUA. You can't get PUA and PEUC at the same time. You can't get Fed Ed and PUA at the same time. But all those types of claims all get the $300 boost. I still see the maximum benefits paid. I don't whenever the EDD updates it. And I'm hoping that that's by the 10th. The max says stop spamming. Yeah, if I don't get you to your question, don't ask it like more than 3 times, I think. Like if I totally miss it and you're following along in the chat and you could see kind of whose questions I'm on, it is helpful not to ask it, let's say maximum 3 times. Freddie G says, no, you can't get both. As I lay dying, I got tears, but it's been a while. So if you quit, technically it's supposed to be disability. You can try applying for PUA, but your employer can come back and dispute it. And then it will be up to the EDD if you actually qualify or not. Brittany, my claim said it was suspended on 1/1/21, but now it says I need to reapply. If that's a PUA claim, don't reapply. Wait for further instructions. Shinjin says, how can you talk about 1099-G from details? Difference between paper version. There shouldn't be a difference between the paper version or the electronic version. But like a lot of times now, if you go to like H&R Block to have your taxes filed, like they can automatically pull like a lot of W-2s. They can pull, if you get this, they could automatically pull it. A lot of people are still going to print it, even though they get it electronically. The only difference is possibly you might have access to it electronically a little bit faster than you would getting it on paper. Jay says, I got the possible fraud email and cannot reopen claim last night. What does this mean? I have 1 week left. Do I hit reopen claim? No, don't hit reopen claim. We're waiting for instructions on the 6th about what to do about that email. You just try to call and it will not even process my claim. Yeah, it's going to be hard to get through today. Freddie Mar, my new claim went from no more benefits to file new claim. Don't file a new claim, Freddie Mar. That's my recommendation. You're welcome to call and double check. I think the system just crossed. Kimberly, hi, if I exhausted my PUA in October, do I qualify for the LWA $300 week? First of all, this isn't the LWA 300. It's some whole new thing from the new stimulus bill. But if your PUA totally exhausted in October, I am not sure if they're going to have you try and open a new claim first. You need to be receiving benefits from one of the programs, even if it's just $1 for the week that started 12/27 through the week that ends March 14th. Thank you, John. Okay, I haven't received a check. Tony, you're going to have to call to find out why you haven't received anything since November 17th. AJOA, Gold TV, please let me know why my weekly claim is still on pending from September up to date. I called them. They told me to verify. I provided all the requirement documents, but it's still on pending. From September is a long time. That means we're well past even an 8-week time frame. Keep calling until you find somebody that can hopefully help you move past that. PUA, just wait until they get caught up, right? Yes, Richard, that's correct. Aisha, is the stimulus check one thing or goes like all the way to March? So the stimulus check of $600, that's a one-time thing. The $300 boost is for 11 weeks starting on 12/27. And I can't remember, it's March that we certify. No, through March 13th. So it's 11 weeks starting the week that starts 12/27 and ends March 13th. John, your claim is expired and benefits are no longer payable on this claim. Don't open a new claim. That's my recommendation. Call to double check, but I think the wires in the system just got crossed, and that's why I think you got that. You guys, we are at the hour mark, so I'm going to scroll and see if I have questions for members. And if not, I'll take a couple more questions at the end, and then I'm going to sign off for today. So most of it is hurry up and wait, unfortunately. The maximum benefits paid message is normal. Not having a date that you can certify is normal. If you just certified on 12/27, the absolute earliest that we even potentially could certify would be 1/10. But even then, the EDD has not given us that date as a firm date that we can that we're able to certify again. So we're waiting on instructions for them. Hopefully ID verification goes faster. I do think if you got that message, you're going to be asked to do it. Okay, and now I'm going to look for a couple more questions. Thank you guys for helping each other out in the comments. Please take a moment and like the video. Karen, let's do Karen Amore's question. Does anyone else show maximum benefits paid and need to wait till benefit year to apply for a new claim? Don't we get extended? I am PUA and have over 3,000, and this message just showed up on my homepage today. Yes, they should be automatically extending it in California. If we were on PUA or PEUC, we all have that message that maximum benefits were paid. That's normal, and they're in the process of updating it, so you don't need to do anything right now. Deborah V says, I have California too, same notice as others. Oops, shoot, I lost it. I guess just wait for that last check ending December 26th, and I will do what you said, not to file a new claim. Yes, but I would definitely like double check. And Denise gives the number to the EDD, and I can confirm that that is a valid number and not a spam number. You guys, please be really careful of fraud. Even if the EDD sends you a text with a link, don't click that link. Read the text, close out of your text messages, go log on to the actual EDD website. Mike Jones, if you ask your question again at the bottom, I will answer it. But I did not see it. Brittany says never got paid 12/19 and 12/26, still pending. You're going to just have to wait until the EDD fixes it. So Mike, what was your question? Oops, let's see what Chad. No, Chad and Freddie are getting into it. $300 will only go through tomorrow in California if you certified for benefits today. If you didn't certify for benefits today, if you're not able to, then you're not going to see the $300 until you certify and until it no longer and until it switches from pending to paid. But call your landlords, let them know what's going on. Call your creditors, let them know what's going on and see. Has Mike re-asked his question yet? Thank you to the new members. Thank you for donating during the live stream. I really appreciate that. I am looking for Mike's question because he said, please answer my question. Let's do Muscle Hamsters because he's got a funny username. I was on a regular California UI claim made in October 2019 and exhausted my Fed Ed benefits during the claim year. Should I file a new claim or will they automatically extend my unemployment benefits? So that's the one where they have not given us clear instructions on what they want us to do next. I would call and ask them. it's not clear on expired claims if they're going to want you to open a new claim. I tend to think that they will want you to try and open a new claim, but I don't know. So call and ask them. I also don't really want to instruct you to wait on that because I don't want waiting to somehow mess with the continuation of your benefits. So really call them and ask. Okay, I still don't see Mike's question. So I may have lost. Mike may have gotten tired of waiting for me to answer the question. CC girl. All right, CC girl. I'll do yours if you ask again. Ask again. No stimulus on EBT cards. I actually think that did get extended. It just might not be there yet. Okay, CC girl. All right, let me try and scroll up and find yours. It's easier if you just ask it again. Okay, I don't see it. Okay, so okay. Rich, okay, we're gonna end on this because it's diamonds of light. Okay, if I missed your question, just type it again because I'm not good at scrolling up and finding it, and there's like a ton of questions. I'll do Richards. Do I file a new claim if it says to? If you are on PUA and got that today, my personal recommendation is not to do that, but also to call and file up. I'm going to do Blue-Eyed Female because she's a regular member of these. She's helping Pauline. I'm in California and received. Shoot, I lost it. Oh, cancel. Okay. I am in California and received my stimulus a few days ago. Went to my personal card, not the B of A card. They send it to whichever account you had last year's tax refund. Yes, that's good advice. Diamonds of Light. Let's do Diamonds of Light is also in here a lot. Hi, how are you? I'm good. My week ended December 31st, asking me to file a new claim. I don't think you should file a new claim. You guys call the EDD and confirm if you can. I think that the computers got their wires crossed. So what I think happened is the EDD has said we're in the process of updating these unemployment claims. But as far as the computers knew, these programs still completely ended on December 23rd. So I think it's an auto-generated message and things have just crossed. But that's just me putting my thinking cap on, and that there's been no official statement yet from the EDD that I'm aware of. So I don't want to tell you guys the wrong thing. If it were my claim, I would not open a new claim right now because they've said that they were automatically going to roll us over as well and that we're just waiting on everything to update. But since that popped up today, maybe just call and double check that. Okay. Let's see. Okay. All right. I don't think any of the people who I was waiting on to answer their questions reposted it. If I missed your question, you guys, I'm so sorry. These get full and I appreciate it so much. I like helping you guys, but we're at an hour and 15 minutes today, so I am going to go. I am going to be linking the article about Pennsylvania automatically updating the claims, as well as linking the documents. It'll be just a link to follow to the EDD for the acceptable documents for ID verification. Okay. And one more for Sonti. We're just waiting for instructions on the 6th on those suspended claims. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you next Sunday again. Hopefully by then everything's cleared up, and by then we'll know if we're able to certify or not. Have a great day, everybody. I will see you next time.